Good morning, students. This is the video of class 7 subject science. In the previous video, we had talked about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, in the previous video, we had read about the two mode of heterotrophic nutrition, that is the parasitic mode, and second one is the saprophytic mode. In the parasitic, we had read that the plant that feed on other plant and they just that means they are harming that plant, so they are called parasitic. That means they are gaining the nutrient from that plant as well as they are harming too, so they are called parasitic. In the second one, we had read about the saprophytic. In the saprophytic, we had seen that they just feed on the dead and decaying organisms, just like here we are having this one, the saprophytic. So mushroom is saprophytic, so they just feed on the dead and decaying parts. Now today in this video we are going to read about the insectivorous plant. That means this is the third type of heterotrophic nutrition. So insectivorous. So the name itself, it is telling that what is meant by insectivorous. The plant which feed on the insects is known as insectivorous. Now you can imagine. I think you haven't seen till today the insectivorous plants, but insectivorous plants are just present around us only. What they do, they just trap the insects. If insects are just sitting on their leaves, they will just trap it and they will eat that insect, so that they will get some nutrient. So you will think that if they are eating the insect, that means they are just getting all the nutrient from the insects only. This is wrong. Actually, the color of the this one, that means the insectivorous plant, is green in color. So if it is green in color, that means they are having their chlorophyll. That means they will move through the photosynthesis. That means they will prepare their own food. If they prepare their own food, then why there is a need to feed on the other insects? Actually, while preparing food, they are not able to prepare, that means the nitrogen part, so they just feed on the other to get the nitrogen, that means to fulfill their energy. So let's see what is written in your book. Plant that trap, kill and digest animal, especially insects, are called insectivorous plant. That means the plant which eat the insect are known as insectivorous. Insectivorous plant are actually green plant which can make their own food. What I have told, they can make their own food. These plants grow in soil which is poor in some nutrient, especially nitrogen. That means they are not able to prepare the nitrogen. They are not able to trap the nitrogen from the environment, so they trap insect to obtain the nitrogen from them. So they are just trapping the nitrogen from them. So we have some examples like Venus flytrap, sundew, bloodot and pitcher plant. So this is the figure of Venus trap. Just it is like we are having two palms. If you spread your two palms, if something is just sitting, when you just close your palm, so just like that, Venus fly trap is just like that only. If some insect is just sitting in that one, they will just suddenly they will close the, that means the leaves, and they will secrete some enzymes also. When they will secrete that enzyme, and they will digest the insect, and they will get the nitrogen from that insect. So here written, Venus flytrap, insects are lured by the nectar into the jaw leaf trap of the Venus flytrap plant. Once the insect sit on the leaf, the jaw clamps shut and the insect is trapped in it. So what I have told, they will just immediately secrete some chemicals, and from that chemicals they will digest that insect. The plant immediately secrete digestive juices that first drown and then digest the insect. So here we are having the other example, sundew. So this is the figure of sundew. Can you see the picture of sandy is just like coronavirus. So here also maybe the picture is resembling, that means little bit it is resembling to the sand dew plants. So leaves of the sand dew plants are covered with hairy like structure called tentacles. So these all are called tentacles. So what happens over here in the tentacles, they just secrete that means sticky substances, sticky like substances, and they just, that means they shine in the sunshine, that means just like glitter, they shine in the sunlight, what we call chamakna. So at that time they just attract the other insects. So when they attract something, they will just come and they will sit over here. When just they sit, at that time they are not able to, that they are not able to fly. So the sanctuary plant eat that insect. So here what is written, the tentacles ooze a sticky dew like substances that glitter in the sunlight. What I've told you, it glitter in the sunlight, that means it, that means science. When an insect land on the sticky tentacles of a shandew plant, it struggle to free itself, but this struggling stimulates the tentacle to tighten their grip. That means whenever some insect is struggling, that means if they are moving, so at that time only they are just getting a tight grip to the that means to just stick and to hold that insect. The tentacles then produces digestive juices that dissolve the insects. After that they just produce a strong digestive juices so that they can dissolve that insect and they can kill that insect. Now pitcher plant, we all know about the pitcher plant. I think from standard 3 or 4 you all are hearing the name, that is called pitcher plant, that means the insect eater plant. So let's see what is written in your book. The leaves of the pitcher plant are modified to form a pitcher like structure with a lid. Lid means dhakkan. So here we can see a lid like here. Okay, so the inside of the pitcher is lined with downward pointing hair which do not allow any insect to climb back and escape. So they are over here, they are having the spikes. Spikes means kantedar. So over here if something, some insect are moving down, so they are not able to come in the upside, that means they are not they can't escape from here, from the pitcher plant. So insects are attached to the pitcher by its scent or color. When they enter inside the lid closed, they slide down the wall and drown into the digestive juice at the bottom, which dissolve the insect. So that means they just attract the insects and they just, after that they kill that thing. So whatever we have read, we are just getting that they are feeding on the other insect or other thing for their food. That means they are not getting the full amount of nutrient from the environment, so they have to take the help, that means they have to depend on the other for the full food. The last one we are having symbiotic plant. What is the meaning of the symbiotic, or we can say symbiosis? Symbiosis means mutual. Mutual means, that means if you all are here and I am also here, so just like that, if I am teaching you all, I am getting the experience. If I am teaching and if you are sitting and just listening to my lecture, you all are also getting the knowledge. So what is happening, you are giving something, I am taking, and I am giving something, you all also giving me some experiences. So this is called the mutual benefit. You might have heard about the some name of the banks like mutual fund like this. So these all are the mutual relationship. That means the one is just the both of you, both of them are just getting the benefit within themselves. The plant that live together for mutual benefit are called symbionts or symbiotic plant. That means they are having a very good relationship and they are just getting, that means they are having the benefit with each other. This kind of mutual relationship is called symbiosis or mutualism. Lichen is an example of symbiotic relationship. It is combination of an algae, autotrophs and fungus. So algae and fungus is just having a mutual relationship and it is called the lichen. The fungus provide water and mineral to the algae. What is the fungus doing? Fungus is just providing the water and mineral to the algae, whereas algae has chlorophyll. Algae is green in color, so they are having, so they can prepare their food, but they are not getting the water and the minerals. So what over here, fungus providing the water and the minerals to the algae. So combining all the things, they are preparing the food. So supplies synthesized food to the fungus. One more example we are having, rhizobium bacteria lives in the root nodules of the certain leguminous plant such as peas, beans. They convert atmospheric nitrogen into a usable form like ammonia to the plant. The plant in return provide food and shelter to the bacteria. Have you heard about the methi plant? If you have heard, you might have heard that they are called the nitrogen fixer plant. That means in their root nodules they are having a special type of bacteria, and that bacteria just fertile that soil. So how they are fertiling that soil? Actually what they are doing, they are just trapping the nitrogen and converting that nitrogen into ammonia, which is just fertiling the soil. That means they are helping us. So what in return, what they are doing, what the plant is giving, the plant is providing the food and the shelter to the bacteria. So that's it for today's class. In the next video we are going to end this chapter.